So, hey guys, how are you? Such a long time. I've tried to fix my face a little bit because I've been crying. Um, I this was not a good day for me. It's Monday, and I hate Mondays and Tuesdays, and I hate almost every day of the week. But sometimes Mondays and Tuesdays are not my favorite days of the week. So I am going to talk about bipolar disorder, sorry. And I just wanted to talk about how difficult it is to live with this, how insane it is to live with this, how insane it is to have this and suffer from this. And like every day is such, it's like, I don't know, it's like an adventure, because you never know what is going to happen, how you're going to react. It seems like every day it's a challenge for me, because I don't know how am I going to react. I don't know how people is going to react. I don't know. I never know. I'm I have a question mark. I mean, if you ask me about my routine, I don't have a routine. I just can't have a routine. Even if I wanted to have a routine, I just can't, because my life is ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. It's desperation, it's fear, it's angry, it's hate, it's shame, it's guilty, it's feeling ugly, it's feeling like nobody understands me, like nobody understands me. I don't think my family understands me all that too. They know that I have this problem, but I don't think they really understand how it works, even though I explain them. I talk to them about it. And because I watch videos on YouTube, I watch a lot of videos from professionals that are from the States, who know more than professionals here in Argentina, which are not really, like updated. But when I hear psychologists or psychiatrists talking about my disorder, I don't know. I feel so, reflected, that I feel bad, it's great to have this amount of information, because which information you can relate to your BPD, because some people who have BPD doesn't have all of the things that these people is talking about, right? Many have one thing, many have everything, many have three things that can relate to their, to their, I don't know how to say it, to what they've been diagnosed, right? So because the fact that you have BPD doesn't mean that you all share the same things, right? Someone can have BPD and maybe that person just does not suffer from the same things that I do, but mostly people with BPD can relate to each other in most of the things that are related to these things, that are like the basis of this mental health issue. And sometimes I think that society is not prepared for people with mental health issues. It's not. And they don't want to. Believe me, they don't. They I don't know, they brand you as crazy, like, oh my gosh, she's so fucking crazy, she acts like crazy. Because one of the things that bipolar disorder has is that it's something that you cannot hide, right? You can hide it if you don't talk to people, and you have to talk to people because you live in society, you live around people, you share with people. And It's really difficult for someone with BPD to feel integrated in society because of the things that BPD has and makes you feel. And people, they notice. I mean, maybe they don't know that you're going through a tough time, but they notice that you're not well. You can see it in someone's face. If that person is going through a hard time, I can see it. At least I can see it. I don't know if people see that, but I can see it. And I wish I could help these people, but maybe they don't want help. Many people don't really want help. That is for sure, because they don't want to face the fact that they have a mental health issue. We have a lot of people who are having a tough time, who are having a bad time, and many of them, especially men, you know, this thing that boys don't cry and boys cannot show what they feel, emotions, etc., etc., you know what I mean? So you have many teenagers or grown-ups that have mental health issues, and they don't want to go to a psychologist or to a psychiatrist because they feel ashamed to say or to show that they have something that is wrong. And I think that is wrong not to say it, not to face it, because the truth is that if you don't face that you are not okay, it's very irresponsible of you, not only because you are having a bad time, but because you're making others have a bad time, right? Because you don't want to go to therapy, you don't want help, and maybe you really need help. And because you feel so ashamed of being a man that goes to therapy and can't solve the problem himself. But I mean, we are in the 21st century. That's the first thing, right? And we still have taboos with mental health issues. I just don't get it. We don't have taboos when talking about LGBTQ plus communities and gays and bisexuals and transsexuals and whatever it is. But we have taboos when talking about mental health issues. I just can't understand that. We have to support this movement. We have to understand this movement. We cannot criticize this movement. And you know what? I don't have anything against lesbians. I don't have anything against gays, bisexuals, transsexuals, whatever it is. But these people, they have a community. If they feel bad, they have a community. But we, the people who are suffering from a mental disease, we don't have a community. We don't have anyone. We have our therapist, which is our therapist, is not our friend. Is not going to be there every time we want to talk about the way we feel. So if you don't have anyone and you're suffering, it's really difficult to go through this alone by yourself. And then you have society, which is always talking shit about mental health problems, and they're always like, you know, talking, yeah, and they don't even know shit about it. They don't know, because people don't care unless they go through it, or any people in her family go through it. I said this before in another video. So they don't care. They don't give a shit. The only thing that they know is to criticize you because of that. But they don't care how you got there. I mean, why is these people going through this? Why is this person going through this? Maybe she is going through this tough situation and she needs someone to talk to, and maybe she might feel better. But no, they criticize you, they reject you, they don't make you feel like you're part of something, and that doesn't help people. That doesn't help. If you really want to help someone who is going through a lot of shit, you don't have to do that. It's not necessary. It's not good. It makes you feel like a piece of shit. I mean, the person who do this, if you're aware of the fact that someone is suffering and that person works with you, that person is your neighbor, that person is someone that you can do something about it, just do it. Don't feel ashamed. I think it's more ashaming. I don't know if the word is wrong. It's more, I don't know, irresponsible to let this person be alone, to let this person suffer, knowing that you can do something, just something. You don't have to build a castle, you don't have to, no, you just have to say, hey, hi, are you okay? Do you feel okay? Do you want to talk about something? Do you want to go for a coffee? It's just that. It's just simple. It's not a big deal, but you know what? People don't do it because they are so immersed in their inner world that they are not capable of seeing other people. And yeah, maybe these people is going through a tough time too. I understand, because everybody in the world is going through tough times. And I know this because I see the internet and I see what is happening around the world, and it's like everything is going like shit. Everyone is mad, is feeling like shit. Everybody, I mean, no one knows what is going to happen next. Everything is like question mark. Like, it's a mess. And I understand that. You know, I put myself in the shoes of other people, but why do I never get this feedback of, you know what, you are putting yourself in my shoes, but I never put myself in your shoes. You know, I never give a feedback. You are always giving me like feedback. Like, you're always talking to me, you're worrying about me, you're asking me. And it's not only giving but receiving. And this is apart from having or not a mental disease. This is about being, I don't know, fair. Like, if this person is talking to you and she or he needs help and he's telling you, you know what, I feel like shit, I really need someone to talk to. And you know that this is something that you could do because you can help this person. You can, I don't know, get close. I'm not saying that you're going to become boyfriend or girlfriend. Maybe you can be friends and share points of view and share things and talk about life. It's not really necessary to talk about your problems all the time, because the person is going to feel like, you know, uncomfortable, because it's not all about you and your problems. But it's not happening. It's not really happening. It's like people is narrow-minded. It's like they don't want to know anything about anyone, and it's so selfish. I think that people that is not going through a tough time can relate to the things I'm saying. Every time I go out, every time I have to do something, is every time I see people is on their world. They have their headphones, you know, like even in the supermarket. You go to the supermarket and people they have these headphones, right? And they are in another reality, right? They live in a parallel reality. Like, it's not really necessary to take a bath with your headphones, right? It's not necessary to go to the bathroom and do the second thing and have your headphones on, because that is a way of isolating yourself and not seeing what is happening to you. You know, I see that many people do this because it's like they want to isolate. Like, you know what, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want anybody to talk to me. I want to talk. I just want to think about myself. So I put my headphones on and I go through everything that I do during the day. Not work, obviously, because you cannot use, or maybe you can, but just to isolate yourself from what is happening and not seeing reality. And you're going to say, but I mean, the fact that you had headphones doesn't mean that you don't see what is happening. Yeah, maybe it is true, but I've realized that many people are using devices not only because they are in fashion, because to have headphones on is in fashion. I mean, obviously it is not always the fact that they are listening to someone. Maybe they put them on and they just walk as if they are listening to someone, and they are not listening to any song. They just put them on so as to say, look, I am I'm on fashion. I don't know what to say it. I'm using the things that people is using. I have tattoos all over my body. I have headphones. I have the latest shoes. I have the latest clothes. Yeah, it's great. I really like fashion, in fact. But that doesn't mean that you have to isolate yourself. And headphones have become a way of isolating yourself and not permitting, not allowing others to say, hey, look, you're like walking down the street and you're with your cell phone, your headphones, and you're like, occupying the whole, and you're like, hey, hi, can you realize and notice that I want to like walk, and you're like in the middle of the street, on the pavement, and just, I don't know. This is a stupid example, but it happens every day. Or maybe, I don't know, you need to say something to this person because something happened, and you have to do this because this person is in another world, and they are always like this, headphones on, headphones on. And I get worried about this. I mean, I'm sorry, but I use headphones, but I use them when I go and do exercise, or maybe go for a walk. But then in my life, I want to hear sounds, like the sounds of the city, like the birds, like cars. I mean, sometimes I just want to take them off because it's tiring, right? I love music, I love it, but sometimes I just don't want to use them. And people is just like, they wake up with the headphones on, they took a bath with the headphones on. It's like they don't want to take them out because they're going to feel, I don't know what sensation that they don't want to feel. Maybe reality, maybe they don't want to feel reality, maybe they feel secure under his headphones or her headphones or whatever. So I lost the point, but yeah, everything is related to everything. It's like social encounters and socialization has become, they have become something impossible, most impossible. And when you see people that is so immersed in their own world and they don't want to know anything about anyone, it's even worse, because we, the ones who have BPD, have it worse than the rest. We have it worse. We have like 5 times worse than the rest, because we really need support. We really need someone that wants to listen to us, and nobody wants to listen to anyone. So imagine if you have a mental health disorder and the person knows about it, he's going to take a plane and fly away so as not to see you, because nobody wants to know anything with someone that is going through something that is very difficult to like carry on. I have to carry my life with this problem every day of my life, and it's really hard for me. It's not easy. I sometimes I don't even know how can I still be alive, because sometimes I wish I was dead. Sometimes I don't want to go out, I don't want to go outside, I don't want to see anyone, I don't want to see people. I just can't stand them because they act like animals. And I love animals, and animals are more respectful than people. But sometimes, you know what, they are so hypocrite, and they are so, I mean, they have no remorse, they have no empathy. And I'm talking people my age, I'm talking people my generation. And it was a generation who I thought had families which taught them, values and everything, but they've lost them completely. just for the sake of being popular and for the sake of fitting in. So if fitting in is faking yourself, I'm out of a league. I am completely out because I cannot fake it. I cannot fake it anymore. I mean, I I just got to the point where my disorder is overwhelming, and I cannot fake it. So you're going to realize that I'm not going through a good time because you see me, you know, walking down the street and I have this face, like I feel sad because every time I want to, like talk to someone is every time I fuck things up because of my problem, because I have ups and downs, because I have depression, because sometimes not as often as I did, I want to kill myself. Sometimes I am very like, oh my God, I really want to go and party and have a great time and travel and know people. So I have this imbalance. I have this dysregulation, emotional dysregulation, which is obvious that someone is going to get scared. I know it. I cannot blame them. So I kept imagining myself in a situation where I don't want to be negative, but where I'm going to be alone, like for the rest of my life, because I just cannot see someone engaging with someone like me who has all these, problems. Which, of course, I mean, I wish it wasn't like this, but I don't know. God gave me this. I don't know what did I do in a past life, but God gave me this, and I have to carry this. Like someone who is in a wheelchair, I have to carry this. So you don't see it because it's here. So you cannot see it, but you see it because of the actions, because of the things that I say, because of my opinions, because of my way of relating to others. And sometimes, I don't know, I think there are many days in which I wish I was dead because I'm fed up. But I'm fed up because I really think that I don't deserve to be so alone. Like, I've made mistakes in the past. I keep making mistakes, but at least I know I say sorry, but it's not enough. No, it's not enough. So everything that I touch is everything that I fucked up. So just like, I don't know if to keep trying to relate with people or just be alone and get crazy, like, because living alone and having no one to talk to but your family, which we already know is not the same to talk to your family than to talk to someone your age. We know that. I mean, you cannot ignore the fact that even if you have your family worried about you 24/7, it's not the same as to have someone your age whom you can talk about. Well, I mean, about everything. Let's say that we are not talking about problems. We are not talking about things that are sad. We're talking about positive things. I don't have that. I don't have that. I don't have that since such a long time. And I don't know if it's my problem, like I am doing something that is wrong, because sometimes I really don't do anything. Sometimes it's just, it happens to me, and it happens to many girls, that they feel like rejected because the only thing that guys are looking for in a girl is to have sex, is to get into their pants, right? And with someone with borderline personality and bipolar disorder, to have sex with someone that doesn't feel anything for you, it's horrible. So I just don't understand how many girls have sex with strangers that they don't even see anymore. Maybe they just hook up once in a while and they have sex, and it's just sex. They don't talk about like nothing, just Maybe they talk about in the moment about, I don't know, their jobs or whatever, but they don't share. They don't share a meal. They don't share, I don't know, a coffee. They don't share a drink. So that for me is like a nightmare, because I did it. I did. I did that. I had sex with people that I met on Tinder. I did that because I said, you know what, everyone is doing it. Why can I do it? I was so stupid because I knew that I knew myself. I knew that that was not going to work. And I was right. That never worked. All I did was crying. I cried. I cried and I cried because these people were only there for the sex. That was it. Nobody wanted something serious. Nobody. So I was cheating on myself because I was like saying, I mean, if everyone is doing it, why can't I? No, I can't. I have to accept the fact once in my life, with the ages that I have, with my age, that some things are, I just cannot do them. I just cannot lay down with someone and make as if I don't give a shit. No, I do give a shit. I do it. And it's just not about the age. Because when I was like 10 years, like 10 years younger than this, it felt the same way. I felt the same way. If I had sex with someone that didn't like me and was not really interested in me, didn't like me in the sense of inviting me or talking to me, not physically speaking, I felt so empty. And BPD has the characteristic of emptiness, sadness. And if you add more fuel to this emptiness, having a sexual relationship with someone that at the end makes you feel more empty, it's just fire. Because you don't only feel you don't only feel empty because of a problem that you have, but you feel empty because of a sensation that person made you feel, which maybe it was not on purpose, but he did it. I mean, he had sex with you and then he disappeared. And it's just, I don't give a shit. I mean, like, we had sex and I don't care, like, what is happening to you. I don't care about you. Maybe I will care about you if I want to have sex with you again, but then it's just that. I mean, whatever you do with your life, I just don't give a shit. So that is what is happening, and it's been happening since such a long time. And remember that compromise, and remember that, loving someone, and remember that caring about someone is just not in fashion anymore. Like, we have so many options of knowing girls and boys that it's not really necessary to fall in love. Why would you fall in love with someone if you have like so many options? You have so many girls whom you can fuck, have sex. Why? Why would you fall in love with someone and be faithful? It doesn't make sense anymore. People don't want to be faithful anymore to anyone, because we have so many people looking for something that is not serious, that they prefer to be with these people that is willing to have a good time no matter what. They don't have integrity, they don't have love for themselves, they don't have anything. So we, the ones that have some consciousness, some love for ourselves, suffer a lot, because we cannot find anyone who understands us. It is like you live in a parallel world, right? It's like you have all these feelings and all these things, and you feel more than the rest, because having bipolar disorder means that if someone is sad, you are the saddest person. If someone is angry, you are the angriest person. If someone is exciting, you are like the most excited person. It's like every emotion that normal people feel, you feel it more than the rest. And it's not your fault, because you have a problem. It's not that you chose to get depressed and don't want to go out of your house and see anyone's face. It's not that you decided. It's just a consequence of a mental illness. And even if you go to the psychiatrist, and even if you take the medicines, and even if you do, I don't know, if you go to the gym, if you do a course, and even if you do whatever it takes to be or to feel better, sometimes it doesn't work. I mean, I don't want to sound pessimistic, but sometimes it doesn't work, because bipolar disorder is not fixed with doing things. Bipolar disorder has to do with the fact of feeling like someone comprehends you and understands you. And when you feel like the majority of people doesn't understand, doesn't want to understand, doesn't want to comprehend, and rejects you, even if you do 1,000 courses, even if you spend your whole day in the gym, even if you become a super beautiful girl, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Because in the end, no matter how beautiful you look to others on the outside, when they get to know you on the inside, they don't like you. So no matter how much effort you put on your body to get fit, to be skinny, to be beautiful, you know what? It doesn't matter. I just realized that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because you are not just a piece of me. You're not just someone who everybody can sexualize. Maybe you need more than someone who sexualizes you, because you're having a hard time, and maybe you need a friend, and you need someone whom you can talk about. And no one is there, because every guy I met is every guy that sexualized me and wanted to have sex with me. They don't even know me, and they don't want to know me, and they don't want to talk to me. And I know that I just cannot say, hey, you know what? I have bipolar disorder and borderline personality, Do you still want to be with me? No, I don't think. I have to lie. I think I will have to live a life lying and pretending to be someone that I'm not. And when someone really gets to know me, he is maybe going to run away, unless he loves me and understands me, which, from what I see on society, from what I see what is happening, I just don't think they would like that, unless they love me, unless these people is really interested in me. And it's really hard. It's sad, because I really need a friend, not even a boyfriend, a friend. And say, you know what, I feel bad. I wish I could just hang out with you and share and talk about you and me, and I don't know. And it's so difficult today, because people is so selfish, and it's not very aware of what is going on around the world. They don't give a shit. They just care about themselves, and the gym, and the tattoos, and the things the superficial things. They just don't care. If you're bad, if you're sad, if you're a good person, if you're a person who gives a shit about everything, They only see the human body. They only see the beautiful things. But when they encounter with a real person and they met that person, they just get scared because, you know what, I thought you were just a body with no personality. No, I have a personality. Everyone has a personality. Not everyone is just a body. So whenever you get to know someone and that someone is just infatuated with the things that they see outside, I mean your body, they just get so discouraged when they see you talking and expressing yourself because they don't like it. They just don't like it. They want you to be a person who doesn't really use her brain or his brain. They hate it. They don't want an intelligent person. They don't want an intelligent woman. Believe me, they don't want them. They chose the easy ones. The ones that only want to have a good time because they are the easiest ones. They don't want to be with someone that is always questioning and asking questions. It's a burden for a guy to be with someone like that. Like, what the fuck? I mean, why are you always asking and giving me your opinion? I don't give a shit about what you think. I mean, no one ever said that to me like that. Maybe they thought about it. But you realize that no one wants your opinion. No one wants you to speak about anything but stupidity. If you talk about politics, you're so like, what do you care about politics? Yeah, I do care about politics. I do care about wars. I do care about economy. I do care about many things. I do care about nature. I do care about environmental changes. I do care a lot about these things. I'm not just the body. But if you start talking and saying, you know what, I do have this interest, they just go away because they're like, they want, I don't know what they want. Maybe they want someone, maybe they want like a statue. I don't know. They don't want someone who has a point of view. They don't want someone who has, I don't know, who criticizes or who says something about real life, what is happening, what people are suffering, what people is going through. They don't want that. They just want to talk about superficial things like, what are you going to wear today? Or maybe, what have you been, I don't know, maybe what did you get? Like, what did you buy? What was the last thing you buy? Is that so important? Like, so I'm sorry for making the video so long, but I really want to get this out of my chest because it is the only way that maybe I feel a little better than, kept everything inside of me and not say anything. So it's not a waste of time for me. It helps me a lot. I think YouTube is the only platform that helps me a lot because I can express myself. There are no other platforms like this. So thank you, YouTube, for making me talk and say what I think, even though I don't have followers and I don't have answers. I don't give a shit about that. At least I can get things out of my chest and I can be real. There is a place where I can be real, and it's YouTube. Then, when when living in society, I cannot be like this. I just have to pretend, which is the most horrible thing in the world. Pretending, because I am not used to pretending. It was always difficult, very difficult for me to pretend. So I don't think I could ever pretend, because if I never did it before, why would I do it now? I'm old enough to pretend. So I hope you have a nice Monday, wherever you live. Bye.